back in their classrooms. We are also thrilled to settle a new 4-year contract that honors the tremendous work of our educators, a contract that the city can afford, a contract that serves our students. I want to thank School Committee Chair Chris Bresky and the School Committee negotiating team members, Tamika Olszewski, Kathy Shields, and Paul Levy. Certainly an extraordinary time commitment, but most of all, judgment and focus on the needs of our children. And kudos to the entire Newton School Committee who shaped the decision-making with wisdom and grace. We have here tonight with us Vice Chair Emily Prenner, Amping Chen, Rajiv Parlikar, Amy Davenport, and Barry Greenstein. We have a brand new superintendent, and oh my, what a way to start her first 6 months here in this district. She's extraordinary. Superintendent Anna Nolan navigated this with grace, certainly helping the school committee craft a contract that worked well for her and her vision, but while always keeping her broad team of educators and staff top of mind. And she was joined by amazing assistant superintendents, Toby Romer, Ayesha Farad, Casey No Miller, Joanna Santa, Caitlin Lewis, Liam Hurley, Sean Mannion, Jill Murray Grady. I can't tell you how many hours they spent over the months, and especially these last 2 weeks, forging this contract. And I know how much the NTA president, Mike Zillis, and his executive board care about their profession and care about the educators and staff of the Newton Public Schools. We're all breathing a sigh of relief. We're certainly getting ready for Monday morning. But also, in the coming days, I ask for the help of everyone here in Newton in finding ways to reflect and reconnect, to learn from each other, and to heal. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anna Nolan. I'm the school superintendent here in the Newton Public Schools, and I first just want to acknowledge and thank our governance team and also my central administration team. Hundreds and hundreds of hours in the last few weeks, but also throughout the last year and a half, predating my tenure here, to get this contract settled. I'd also like to thank the NTA leadership team, who has a vision for excellence and support for educators that is aligned with my own vision and the best for the Newton students. And that is my job, the Newton students, and to make sure that our focus on support to them is primary over any other force that is tossing about the city. I want to thank all the parents for their patience during this time and acknowledge what a deep disruption this has been to work and family lives. I do want to say that the details of the agreement will be shared in the coming days, but I most look forward to the healing that we will do as a school community, and I encourage families to continue open communication with our team and with the governance team, the school committee, to make sure that we can go forward together. And just a message to our staff. You are our colleagues. You are our educators. You are our dedicated team that makes school happen. That has not changed despite the situation we have experienced over the 2 weeks. We're here to support our students, and gladly we are both proud of the contract that now joins us in their support. So let's commit to unity and healing and ongoing dialogue, And specific plans are in play, both on the school side and the city side, to think about how we will recover from some of the divisions that have emerged through this dialogue that may have lasting tentacles into the future. So I look forward to that time and for this learning organization to model for the nation resilience, hope, healing, and growth. Thanks.
All right, we can take a few questions unless you are questioned out.
Mayor, can you tell us how much this will cost and where you will get the money? And will it require any layoffs, which you hope to avoid?
I think Chris Bresky and I will both do it. This is a sustainable contract, one that is sustainable for the Newton Public Schools and for our city. There will be no layoffs. The funding came, as I outlined all along, from our operating budget and the use of one-time funds in a judicious manner that doesn't create fiscal cliffs.
So the school committee had really a couple goals heading into this negotiation and this new contract. And one of them was we are not going to lay off staff. We went through some pretty tough cuts over the last couple years, and we were just not willing to do something that would require us to cut staff and something that's not in the best interest of our kids. The second thing that we prioritized was Dr. Nolan's entry plan, which is going to hire staff, not cut staff. It's going to reduce our high school class sizes. It's going to provide incremental supports for our elementary kids, social workers in more buildings, and whatever contract we agreed to, we had to keep those two things in place.
Chris, would you say you're satisfied with this deal? Is this a good thing for the district? The union seems to be pretty happy. Are you guys happy?
I think it's a good deal for both sides. I think it's a very competitive contract. Our educators should feel good about it. I think our district should feel good about it. That this is something that's going to allow us to provide what we need for our kids.
Can you specify something that you obtained that you wanted in these negotiations and that the union gave them?
We did receive some incremental flexibility in how we can manage the school day, and that was a priority.
Is that like a balance between teaching and prep time? Is that what you mean?
It's all the same. Maybe Dr. Nolan would like to answer that question.
Thank you for the question. The contract does allow for flexibility, but more important, it allows for shared union and administration committee work that will determine what the next best steps are together. This is not an administration or governance team that is going to mandate their way into a leadership zone. We believe in collaboration, and this allows our teachers to have first and foremost say in how we will do our business. I was a teacher. Many of us in the administrative team were teachers, and we learned to be leaders by having shared leadership of our school system. And so I'm really proud of that work that allows us to look at mental health needs, that allows us to look at how we staff elementary schools, and that also resulted in additional time for teachers in the future so they could have more preparatory time to serve children.
Any last questions? One more?
Just a technical question. The school committee has already voted. You referred to this as a tentative deal. What's the process to make it a final deal?
Yeah, the expectation is both the school committee and the union will ratify the contract this weekend.
Will you both take separate votes? Okay.
Yes, correct.
Tomorrow or Sunday, do you know yet?
We are scheduled for a 10 a.m. Meeting tomorrow to ratify the contract.
If I could just clarify a little bit, I believe the union has not yet picked their date for the ratification vote. They think it'll be early next week, but I don't think they're ratifying it this weekend.
They'll still go back to school with a tentative.
Correct. You got that right?
Amy, one more question.
Yeah, so February vacation, that seems to be top of mind with some parents. Is that a done deal, that those will be the days for makeup? Thanks,
Sorry,
everyone.
Dr. Nolan.
So the school committee did receive guidance both from the community and from me on how to approach those days. we were in a pretty fluid environment. I put out the memo when we only had a few days into the strike. Now we have many days into the strike. The school committee will continue to discuss the full range of days that will be executed to make up the days. It does mean that February vacation will be impacted significantly because if we have any storm days, we must take those days.
All right. Thank you all.